Why is it that so many men spend their lives chasing women, only to watch them slowly lose interest and drift away? Maybe you've been there. You meet someone incredible, the spark feels real, and suddenly you're texting constantly, planning elaborate dates and thinking about her all the time. At first, things seem promising. But then something shifts. She takes longer to respond. Her enthusiasm fades, and you find yourself working harder and harder, while getting less and less back. Think about it. How many times have you sat there checking your phone every few minutes, hoping for a reply? What feels like devotion to you often looks like desperation to her. And here's the painful irony. The harder you chase, the faster she runs. At its core, chasing sends a subtle but powerful message. You're more valuable than me. I need your approval more than you need mine. That imbalance kills attraction. Human psychology works like this: we value what is scarce, and we often undervalue what comes too easily. Think about a time someone chased you. At first it may have felt flattering, but over time didn't it start to feel overwhelming? Almost like pressure. That's because when someone puts you on a pedestal, it creates imbalance. And imbalance always leads to disconnection. This is the chase trap. The more you pursue, the less valuable you appear. The less valuable you appear, the less attraction she feels. The less attraction she feels, the harder you chase, and the cycle continues until the connection dies. Here's the truth: most men don't want to face when you're chasing. You're not really chasing her. You're chasing validation. You're chasing the feeling of being wanted, being enough, being worthy. But here's the life-changing reality. No relationship can give you self-worth. That has to come from within. When your sense of value depends on her texts, her interest, or her approval, you hand over all your power. You're basically saying, my happiness is in your hands, and nothing kills attraction faster than that. But when you build validation internally through your own confidence, passions, and self-respect, you flip the script. You become grounded, secure, and magnetic. So how do you stop chasing and become the kind of man women naturally chase? It comes down to 3 pillars. Pillar 1. Build a life you love. The most attractive quality isn't money, looks, or status. It's passion. A man who has purpose, direction, and fulfillment in his life radiates an energy that others can't help but be drawn to. When you're excited about your goals, hobbies, and friendships, you create a natural gravitational pull. Ask yourself, if I wasn't dating or pursuing anyone right now, what would I be doing with my time? Would you be hitting the gym consistently, building your career, traveling, learning, or creating? The point isn't to fill time as a tactic, it's to actually love your life. Because when you do, you stop making a woman the centerpiece of your world. Instead, she becomes someone who gets to join in a life that's already full and vibrant. And that shift alone makes you magnetic. Pillar 2. Establish healthy boundaries. Most men who chase have weak boundaries. They'll tolerate last-minute cancellations, slow replies, or disrespectful communication, all because they're terrified of losing her. But here's the paradox. The moment you're willing to walk away from poor treatment, your value skyrockets. Boundaries communicate self-respect. They say, I know what I'm worth, and I won't settle for less. And women find that incredibly attractive, because it creates both respect and safety. Examples: if she cancels plans without a good reason, don't rush to reschedule. Let her show initiative. If she consistently takes days to respond, don't double text. Match her energy. If her behavior doesn't align with your standards, don't argue or try to control her. Simply choose not to participate. When you calmly enforce boundaries without anger or games, you show true strength. Women don't want to walk all over you. They want to feel secure with a man who knows his worth. Pillar 3. Master the art of presence. This is the most overlooked pillar, yet it's one of the most powerful. In a world of constant distraction, genuine presence is rare, and rare things are valuable. When you're with her, be with her. Put away your phone. Listen not just to reply, but to truly understand. Make her feel seen and valued, not because you're desperate for her approval, but because you're grounded enough to give her your full attention. But here's the key: presence isn't just about when you're together. It's also about how you live when you're not with her. Most men who chase are always available, always ready to drop everything for a text or a chance to see her. That constant availability suffocates attraction. When you're engaged with your own passions, friendships, and purpose, you naturally create space in the relationship. And that space is what allows her to miss you, to think about you, and to want to be closer. Think about the things you value most. They're rarely the things that are always at your fingertips. Scarcity creates value, and the same is true in attraction. When you embody these three pillars, building a life you love, setting strong boundaries, and mastering presence, everything shifts. You stop chasing, you start living, and that life becomes magnetic. Women notice. They feel the difference between a man who's seeking approval and a man who already knows his worth. And that's when the chase reverses. When she feels excited to earn your time, attention, and presence. At its core, this isn't about tactics or tricks. It's about becoming whole. When you're grounded in your own value, you no longer put women on pedestals. You stop begging for validation. And instead you invite her into your world. A world that's already full, passionate, and purposeful. And here's the beauty: women don't just want to be desired. They want to respect the man they're with. They want to feel like they're choosing someone strong, independent, and self-sufficient. Someone who adds value to their life, without needing them for validation. So where do you go from here? 1. Audit your life. Are you living in a way that excites you? Or are you waiting for someone else to give your life meaning? 2. Check your boundaries. Do you tolerate behavior that makes you feel small just to avoid losing her? 3. Practice presence. Can you put your phone down, look someone in the eyes, and give them your full attention? Start small. Pursue an old passion. Let a text sit unanswered without anxiety. Be fully present with friends or family. These small shifts create massive change over time. Because the moment you stop chasing her and start building yourself, that's the moment she starts chasing you. This journey won't always be easy. You'll feel the temptation to fall back into old patterns. But if you commit to growth, if you commit to living with purpose, boundaries, and presence, you'll transform not just your relationships, but your entire life. Because what you truly want isn't just a woman who chases you. You want a relationship built on mutual respect, attraction, and choice. And that's exactly what this path creates. So stop chasing, start building, and watch as everything changes. The chase is over. The journey begins. Are you ready?